Hello guys, it's Sign here with Hobbies Man. Once again, and today we're going to be doing another first impressions review. We're going to be looking at Soara, or Soara and the House of Monsters by Hidenori Yamachi, who is an artist that I quite like. It's a manga that I really enjoy. I've reviewed a previous work of his before, which is Mary Grave, but it's not available in English. It's only available in Spanish and French, I think, maybe Italian. But it's a really good story. It was never finished properly because it was canceled, but it's really good. The art style is great, and he brings that same art style to Soara and the House of Monsters, and I think it's wonderful. It's published by Seven Seas, as you guys can see right there. It's a big volume, and I really like that. I think that really makes the artwork shine here because it's nice and big, and I think it's better. But you know, ultimately, it could have been the smaller size, and I would have been fine with it either way. But I like it. The demographic is shonen, as far as I understand it, and the genres here are fantasy, slice of life, and there's an element of like home finding. I don't know what to call it. It's this genre that I've seen pop up lately after Dragon Goes House Hunting. This, of course, and I feel like there's a lot of isekai light novels that are about finding where to live. And I don't know what the genre is called, but it is whatever that is. You could also argue that there's probably a certain element of like healing to this, like the healing genre. I forgot what it's called. But it's like the same genre as Sweetness and Lightning and A Man and His Cat. That's sort of like, this is gonna make you deal with your emotions in a positive way, and it's gonna bring you some levity and some comfort. And it might help you feel better, right? So I feel like that is what this is. It has that, but I'm not really sure. So the only two genres that I'm really going to specify are fantasy and slice of life, and it does not have an adaptation, although this would be a really wonderful, short little, 12-episode anime that is a one and done kind of thing, right? So, yeah, but that would have to be when the story ends. So, yeah. The premise is that Soara is this orphan. She was picked up by a soldier, turned into a great warrior, and she is finally an adult, and so she is finally ready to join the war. And right as she's about to do that, she's going to be anointed into service or whatever, the war ends. The monsters have decided to call a ceasefire. They have decided that they do not want to fight any longer, and that the war is over. And so everyone is rejoicing because they're finally free of this duty. But Soara is upset and sad because this was the only reason why she was alive. This is the only reason that she managed to stay, willing to live, to join this, to repay the favor that the soldier did by raising her. And now her sense of self, her reason for living has been removed. So what is left for her? She is told by the king, Go back to your family, go back home, find something to do, become someone you want to be, and enjoy your life now that you don't have to be in service. However, Soara has none of that, so she doesn't know what to do. And so she wanders. She is still upset and not sure that the monsters have actually stopped fighting. She thinks it's a ploy, and so she kind of goes into monster territory to figure out what's going on. As she's doing that, she actually ends up coming across this small group of monster architects, which are these three little dwarf guys. Let me see if I can find you an image of them. And these three little dwarf guys are monster architects, like I said, and they end up helping monsters develop a home, an actual real place to live and to be happy with, beyond what they normally do, which is hovels and living in caves. And Soara sees this, and she doesn't really understand what's going on, but she ends up helping them by accident. And they say something to her that really changes how she looks at them and how she looks at the situation. And so we get to see the rest of the chapter and the rest of the volume, where she ends up joining these little architects as they travel. And she becomes a valuable member of their team, and she basically has a found family with them, and she brings something to the team that none of them have, which is the ability to fight and the strength that they lack, because the dwarves are apparently resistant to damage, but they're not really particularly strong. And Soara, being a crazy warrior that she is, has abilities beyond them, and also the experience of war. And so they make a happy little family that goes around making houses for monsters, and it's amazing and wonderful, and I love it, and I think the artwork is great, and the story is wonderful, and it's so calming and comforting, and I just really like this story. And Hidenori Yamachi knocked it out of the park for a second time, and I hope that this doesn't ever get canceled. I think it has been really popular in Japan, and I'm very happy about that. Hopefully it also becomes really popular here in the US. So there you go. That's my review for this, my first impressions review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and thank you guys very much for watching, and see you guys later.